Well, hello, Ray. Why don't you give our wonderful audience a few tips on Catalina Island and what are your favorite things about it?
Sure thing. Tip number one about Catalina. You're still in Southern California, so you're going to want to protect yourself from the sun with sunblock, sunglasses, and a hat. And the weather can change at a moment's notice, so you might want to pack an umbrella or light jacket, something with a hood, just in case. And it's very walkable, which is lovely, but you're going to want to wear comfortable walking shoes because you might be putting on some miles on your feet. These are not them. Here's 5 things you can do in Catalina. Number 1, you can rent a golf cart and drive around this beautiful island. Costs you about $50 an hour depending on where you go, so keep that cost in mind, but it's still a great thing to do. Once you get off the tender or the water taxi, you walk to the right. There are some small free beaches you can go lounge on. Those are quite nice, doesn't cost you a penny. There's tons of dining options here on the island, so walk around. A lot of eclectic things, a lot of different fusion restaurants, some things you might not expect. Really quite lovely options, reasonable prices too. One of the great things to do here in Catalina Island is to just walk around. It's super walkable. It's absolutely lovely. And if you look over here, there's this rock peninsula you can actually walk out to. And thing number 5 that you can do in Catalina is shopping. There's tons of shopping. You know, if you need something on your cruise or however you got here, they've got like, drugstores, pharmacies, stuff like that. They got clothing shops. If you want to get a special Christmas ornament to bring home with you, got a whole bunch of different things you can go shopping for. Lots of lovely options here in Catalina. Welcome to Catalina Island. I come here once a year, like it quite a bit. And it doesn't have to be expensive. The cruises that come out here can be pretty cheap. You get a good deal. Easily less than $100 a day, sometimes less than $75, and that's quite nice. You get a lovely view of the ship that brought you, which is fantastic. And if you're very smart, you can even find some of the free Wi-Fi, like in this blue and white building over here. I think one of the favorite pastimes in Catalina is just walking. It's very walkable. There's this lovely boardwalk. Goes all the way from where the tender boat, or water taxi as they call them now, drops you off and takes you all the way around over here to the casino with a nice little rock peninsula you can go out on. Although be careful, those rocks can be a little unsteady. Use at your own risk. You can't walk 10 steps without finding a great spot to take a picture. Whether it's the cliff top house that you can rent a golf cart to go up to. Those golf cart rentals can be a little pricey, get upwards of about $50 an hour, but it's quite worth it if you like to check it out. If it's your first time, the island's a great way to see the island for the first time. Get to see it all, and it's a slower pace of life here. It certainly feels that way. Nobody's rushing to do anything. Everyone's just taking their time, enjoying life, and that's what you want to do on vacation, right? You want to slow it down, have some fun, and see some interesting things. So I do recommend bringing some comfortable walking shoes because you are going to do a whole lot of walking, whether you plan it or not. Now, if you have an excursion, there might not be a lot of walking there. But if you're doing your own thing, comfortable shoes, very important. Also, the sun is still with you. You are still in Southern California. You're going to want to have sunblock, sunglasses, and a hat. The weather can change on you quite quickly, so an umbrella, light jacket's not a bad idea. So whether you're relying on 2 feet and a heartbeat to get you around or a motorized golf cart, one of the places you're going to want to check out is the casino. Even if you don't go in, it's quite nice. It's been around for quite a while, and they actually have movie showings in there. It's also a movie theater. However, the showtimes generally don't work with the cruise schedule, unfortunately. So if you want to see a movie at the movie theater and the casino, you're going to want to come to Catalina for a whole separate vacation, not just as a port day on your cruise. And Catalina's been the site of many famous movie filmings. During sort of the beach blanket bingo era of like the 70s, there were a lot of like Frankie Avalon and all of them would be coming out here. Little Richard would come out and do performances, and that would be included in a movie. So that's pretty cool. And Marilyn Monroe was a frequent visitor here. I believe she was from the area. So there's a small little museum to her just on the side of the casino. Now here at Vacation Impossible, we know quite a bit about travel, but we don't know everything. So here's a question for you. How do you get on the boats? If this is your boat, how do you get out to that boat? Like, the Zodiac is there with the boat. So are the people on the boat then? And is that how they get to shore? I don't know. There's a lot of boats of all different sizes, and there doesn't seem to be an immediately apparent way to get to them. So something for us to still figure out. We don't know how you get to the boat. Is there a water taxi to take you to your boat? We don't know. There's a lot of different excursions you can do in Catalina. There's parasailing through the cruise line, and also locally you can book some parasailing. There is also a zip line up in the hills that takes you over a canyon. We have yet to do that, but we're going to try it one day. It looks pretty amazing.